Smoke from the grill drifted over my sister Tessa's backyard, heavy with barbecue and late summer heat. Everyone laughed a little too loudly, like noise alone could smooth over old resentment. I sat at the picnic table with my son, Eli, keeping my shoulders relaxed on purpose. Eli was 15. He ate slowly, carefully, eyes fixed on his plate, letting the chatter slide past him. Crowds drained him. Code never did. Tessa leaned forward, her bracelets clinking. "So, Eli," she said, loud enough for the whole table to hear. "How's school? Still in those supportive classes?" He nodded without looking up. "They're fine. I like programming." "Programming?" She smiled like she'd just tasted something sour. "How practical. A little hobby to keep you busy." Her husband, Martin, chuckled. Their kids polished, bored, expensive stayed glued to their screens. "He won regionals," I said. "First place. 200 students." Tessa's smile didn't move. "That's adorable. Those confidence awards really matter for kids like him." "It wasn't participation," I said. She waved a hand. "Sure, but let's be realistic. He'll always need help, accommodations, family." The table went quiet. My mother focused intensely on turning chicken. A fork scraped. Ellie's fingers froze around his bun, his jaw tightening, the small warning sign before tears. "I'm just being honest," Tessa continued, carried by the silence. "Not everyone gets to be exceptional." I set my fork down. "Maybe you're right," I said calmly. "Excuse me, I need to make a call." Inside, I left my phone on the table on purpose. Through the kitchen window, I watched Tessa keep talking while Eli drifted to the porch steps, shoulders hunched like he was folding into himself again. In the kitchen, I pulled my laptop from my bag, opened my email, and started typing. At 8:30 the next morning, Tessa's name lit up my phone. I let it ring twice, then answered. "What did you do?" she demanded. "Good morning," I said. "St. Marlowe Academy called. They said the scholarship funding for all 3 kids was withdrawn effective today. Do you know anything about that?" I kept my voice steady. "Why would I?" "Because the donor was anonymous. 70% of tuition." I heard her certainty crack. "That was you, wasn't it?" "I don't know what you're talking about," I said. "But private school is expensive. $45,000 a year per child last I checked. I paid because I could, because you asked. Because I mistook entitlement for need and I stayed quiet." "You can't do this," she whispered. "We can't afford it without you." "That's unfortunate," I said, taking a sip of coffee. "Have you considered public school? I hear they have strong support services." Silence. "Then, this is about yesterday. About what I said about Eli." "I don't recall anything memorable," I said, lying. "You were being honest." "I'm being realistic about my money." Her breathing went thin. "I also canceled the monthly transfers," I added. The 5,000. She sounded dizzy. "We thought that was Nana's trust." "It was me," I said. "And I ended the country club membership, too." "You're punishing my kids," she snapped. "No," I said. "I'm refusing to keep punishing mine." A sharp knock hit my front door. Through the window, I saw my mother's car in the driveway. "I have to go," I told Tessa. "Good luck." I opened the door to my mother's tight expression as she stepped inside without waiting. She gripped her keys. "Tessa says you pulled the money," she said. "Tell me that isn't true." "It's true," I said. "Sit." "She's panicking." "She didn't panic when she humiliated Eli," I said. "She told him at that table he'd never live on his own." Mom rubbed her temple. "She thinks she's being realistic." I turned my laptop toward her. "This is realistic," I said. "Tuition, transfers, club dues. I've been funding their perfect life and she used my son as a punchline. I'm his mother." Mom's eyes moved down the numbers. "But the children, they'll go to Jefferson," I said. "Public school isn't a tragedy." She left quietly. Near noon, Eli patted in and held out his phone. "She texted me," he said. She said, "Sorry if I hurt your feelings. You're very special. Ask your mom to call me." He stared at the word special like it might bite. "She wants you to fix this for her," I said. "You won't." I hugged him until his shoulders finally relaxed. Different isn't less. 2 weeks later, Tessa stood on my porch without her laugh. "We're enrolling the kids at Jefferson," she said. I was jealous. "You did it alone." "I needed help and hated you for it." I didn't comfort her. "Apologize to Eli," I said. She knocked on his open door. "I heard you won," she said quietly. "Can you tell me how?" Eli hesitated, then began. "Problem, pattern, solution." His hands moved through the air like he was writing code. Tessa listened, and for once, she didn't shrink him into a label. That night, I redirected the tuition money to 3 family scholarships I'd been funding quietly for years. It wasn't revenge. It was a boundary I could finally live with.